Friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Asanda Sayers. So today I have come with another topic that we are going to discuss. So without wasting time, we are going to look at it straight away. So let's move to what I have prepared. So for today, we are going to look at introduction to information sources. So we are going to begin with the definition. So we are saying now that the meaning of sources of information, these are materials that provide information for research or for learning, and that is what we call sources of information. Then let's look at classifications and divisions of information sources. So as we can see, sources of information can be classified into two. We have primary sources and then we have secondary sources. And then it can be also divided into two. We have what we call scholarly sources and then what we call popular sources. So we are going to begin with classification of sources of information. So we are saying that primary sources of information provide original information. Okay. Then secondary information explains or analyzes or interprets the primary sources of information. Now with the secondary sources, we shall be after to understand deeply about the primary source of information that we have gotten. Okay. So let's look at about the importance of classification of sources of information. Now for primary sources of information, they provide most direct. For primary sources of information, the information always given is very direct and specific. It is also reliable evidence in research. Then for secondary sources, it explains complex ideas and provides background information for research topics. So that means that if you are given a very direct point, you have to go deeper to understand it more. When you are trying to understand it more deeper, then we say that that source of information that you're using is going to be secondary source. Then let us look at examples of classification of sources of information for primary sources and then also for secondary sources. Now for primary sources, we have research articles, experiments, interviews, surveys, then original reports. And then for secondary, we have textbooks, review articles, biographies, then commentaries. Okay. Let us also look at division of sources of information. As we have said that it is divided into two, scholarly and then popular. Now for scholarly, we say that written by experts, researchers, professionals, or specialists in a field, more reliable on academic research. Then for popular, written for general public, then useful to general knowledge. That is importance of division of source of information. Then we have examples of division of source of information. We have scope for scholarly, academic journals, conference papers. Then for popular, we have magazines, newspapers, and websites and blogs. Let us look at published and unpublished information sources. For published sources, we have materials formally produced, distributed to the public. Then unpublished, so we have normal, formal, not formally published by commercial publishers. Then importance of publicity, sources of information. We have academic journals, academic books, conference papers, and many others. Then, now in conclusion, understanding different types of sources of information helps to choose the most reliable and relevant information for studies. Published sources of information are important because they provide credible, structured, and well-researched information that supports academic work. So to that far, friends, I wish you well. Let's meet again in the next lesson.